And welcome to Upon Further Review. I'm Josh Aubrey. Plenty to get to in this week's show. The Georgia Southern Eagles coming off their first Sun Belt victory on the road, and it came against the previously unbeaten in the Sun Belt Old Dominion Monarchs. The Eagles able to knock off ODU on the road up in Norfolk, Virginia by a score of 28-23. In the game, the Eagles relied more on the run than the pass. The previous week, they'd only rushed for 12 yards. This past week, it was over 200, with Jalen White leading the way with over 130 yards on the ground. The Eagles improved to 2-2 in conference play. This week, they have a bye week before returning to action next week against South Alabama. We'll show you some highlights from the ODU game and hear from Coach Clay Helton. On the high school front, the Statesboro Blue Devils are coming off a big victory this past week against Bradwell, as they were able to knock off the Tigers, and this week they get back to action as they'll be hosting Ware County. Portal's coming off a bye week, and they'll be in action against McIntosh County Academy at home. The Statesboro game was previously scheduled to be played on Thursday, will be played on Friday. And speaking of Thursday, the Southeast Bulloch Yellow Jackets in action Thursday night, as they'll be hosting Wayne County, and the Bulloch Academy Gators will be trying to rebound from last week's loss to Frederica, as they'll be hitting the road this week for another important region matchup at St. Andrews in Savannah. All that and plenty more coming up on Upon Further Review. And a reminder before we go to break, hopefully you'll never be in an accident, but if so, please give our friends at the Sullivan Law Firm a call, 912-489-8888, or online at thesullivanlawfirm.com. McCooks Pharmacy, located on Highway 80 East, is family owned and operated by Lynn and Janie McCook, as well as their son, Josh McCook. Serving the Bulloch County area since 2005, McCooks Pharmacy offers fast and friendly service where the customers come first. Vaccinations are available, including shingles, flu, pneumonia, and Tdap. Drive-through service is available with 2 drive-through windows for your convenience. McCooks Pharmacy offers free local deliveries, and new customers are always welcome. Continuing the tradition of our family caring for your family, McCooks Pharmacy, Highway 80 East. It's now time for our Athletes of the Week, brought to you by Morris Bank. Well, the Georgia Southern Eagles with an impressive victory this past Saturday on the road at Norfolk, Virginia, as they knocked off Old Dominion by a score of 28-23 for the second week in a row. The Eagles knocked off a team that was unbeaten in Sun Belt play. With the victory, the Eagles improved to 2-2 overall. Now they're on a bye week this week. We had a chance to get you some highlights, as well as we'll have an interview with Georgia Southern head coach Clay Helton, a couple players that happened after the game. Georgia Southern on the road at Old Dominion for an important Sun Belt matchup with the Monarchs. The first meeting since back in the FCS days. Kyle Van Treese gets the Eagles on the boards, hooking up with the perfect pass to Amari Jones. Makes a nice grab, 7-3 Eagles. More from Van Treese. This time, he spots Caleb Hood ahead for an Eagle first down. The pass setting up the run, and here Jalen White goes 4 yards for the touchdown, as Southern opens up a 14-3 lead. ODU wrestling their way back in the second half. They get to within 14-10, but the Eagles respond. On the ground, Gerald Green 30 yards for the touchdown, and it's 21-10 Eagles. The Monarchs get a pair of Ethan Sanchez field goals to cut the lead to 21-16. Once again, the Eagles turn to the run game to extend their lead. Green in again. He'd have 91 yards. White had 138 rushing. The Monarchs would add a Blake Watson touchdown right here to get within 5 with just over 5 minutes to play in the game, but the Eagles able to make the plays defensively late. Here, Waylon Free coming up with the big hit and the stop as the Eagles win 28-23 to improve to 5-3 overall, and they move to 2-2 in Sun Belt Conference play.
Well, a different way to win tonight. You know, it took 50 carries and over 200 yards rushing, and great job by Jalen and Gerald and the offensive line. And a really veteran game by the quarterback, I thought. 22 of 27, protected the football and did what good quarterbacks do. They lead their team to victory. And defensively, I don't know how many times in the red zone it was, but, holding them to field goals rather than touchdown, 2 of 11 on third down, their efficiency. So a great team win and a much-needed conference road win. 1-0 on the week, and some of the best phrases in ball are a win and a bye week. It lets you get healed up and you feel good about yourself for 2 weeks. We actually, we handed off 50 times, 27 passes, but it was so much drop 8 and so much coverage that I thought really a pat on the back to Coach Ellis and the patience that he had to trust the O-line, to trust the runners, and I thought the offensive line did a really nice job tonight. That was the number 1 sack team in the country. We give up 0 sacks on the 27 passes and get over 200 yards rushing. That's a really good night. Wow, what a neat stadium and what a nice crowd they had tonight. Obviously undefeated on our side, and we knew, like we said last week, we're kind of in playoff mode right now. We know how important each and every game is, after each team suffered a loss at the top last week, and this was our opportunity to hopefully give ODU a loss, and to do it on the road is something that this team needed, and they keep growing and they keep getting better. They've learned how to defend their home court, and now they get a big road win in conference. These guys, if you imagine, they've been 13 weeks in a row of all ball, 5 weeks training camp, 8 straight weeks of games, and now they get a bye week, and we get to go to November, and you know what they say, they remember what you do in November, and so it gives us a chance to catch our breath, get healthy, and get ready for a great stretch run.
And as we mentioned, a bye week this Saturday, and then they'll be back in action next Saturday at home for a 4 o'clock kickoff at Paulson Stadium against South Alabama. Stay with us. High school previews coming up next. Wildflower Farms, located on Old Register Road in Statesboro, is a unique rental property for those visiting the Statesboro area. Located on a beautiful 6 acres just off the beaten path, Wildflower Farms has 4 bedrooms, including a game room and full kitchen, as well as an outdoor fire pit, and comfortably sleeps 8 to 10 people. And for those who may be in town for a show or rodeo at the Ag Center, a horse B&B is coming soon with 6 stalls and plenty of room to run in the adjacent pasture. Also available for events as well, you can book through Airbnb or call 912-536-7787 for more information. Family Internal Medicine Associates of Statesboro, providing primary care for Statesboro area patients since 1998, providing complete physicals, complete sports physicals, Medicare wellness exams, full diabetes treatment, and education from lifestyle changes to oral medications to insulin pump therapy, in-house dermatology, in-house circulation tests and ultrasounds, and in-house labs. Featuring nurse practitioner Melissa Beasley, Family Internal Medicine of Statesboro can accommodate same-day or next-day appointments to serve your needs. Family Internal Medicine Associates of Statesboro, where we care.
Owning a small business is kind of a big deal. State Farm agents can help you find the right insurance coverage at the right price.
Call State Farm agent Matthew Tyson in Statesboro today.
Well, the Statesboro High Blue Devils in a good spot right now. They're 2-1 in region play as they enter a big week this week against the number 1 team in all of the state in 5A, and the only team in the state right now that's undefeated in the Ware County Gators. We had a chance to talk with head coach Jeff Kaiser about how the Blue Devils are looking right now and about the tall task ahead.
We didn't block as well as we had been in some games that we hadn't scored any points. Our backs did some good jobs of making some plays with the ball. We're very depleted on our offensive line. We have 3 of our original starters that are out for the season, so we had some guys step up that hadn't been in those spots very long and did some good things, and they're going to have to continue to get better this week. I was really pleased defensively. Not that we didn't make some mistakes, but we attacked. We didn't read and react. We attacked, and we got after them pretty good. And, registered the most sacks and tackles for losses we had this year. We're going to have to do the same thing this weekend against a Ware team that's more throw than pass this year. They have a transfer quarterback from Florida that's come in as a junior and done extremely well for them. Got guys all over the place that they get the ball to, and they've got 10 starters back on last year's defense. There's no secret or surprise that they're the number one team in 5A, last undefeated team in 5A. So we know the task at hand, and we're going to continue to get better at what we do and keep attacking and let the chips fall where they will. We got to execute offensively and be patient. Their linebacking core is as good as you'll see on a high school football team. They're not overly big, but they run the ball. They're relentless and aggressive. We just got to do our assignment and take what we can get and maintain drives. The best way to beat this team is going to be to keep their offense off the field. So, it's a huge challenge, huge task, but, our kids have got to realize that, we still have a chance to win the region championship, and beating this team here at home will be the beginning of that.
I feel like physically we're prepared, mentally we're prepared. It's just we're not there all the way because we got a lot of hurt players on the team. Drew and Mathis, one day, big guys on the team. I just feel like our confidence is where it's supposed to be right now. More leadership on the field, communication. I feel like more communication, the better we'll feel playing with each other. Ready to play. I mean, team is a team, just like us. Ain't nothing different, just the record.
It feels good, coming off a win and knowing that we still, got a chance to go to the playoffs. We're getting ready to focus on this week so we could catch another win this week. Mainly just perfecting, the plays that are given to us, because a lot of times it's the minor mistakes that, cost us big. So we're just working on making sure we do our jobs right and, getting that stuff straight. I'm not going to lie, it's a great challenge. I don't think it's anything to be really intimidated by. I guess standings really don't count. It's anybody's game right now.
Southeast Bulloch Coaches Show segment is brought to you in part thanks to Southeast Tire and Service. Southeast Tire and Service has been in business for 13 years, offering extensive vehicle repair and service from bumper to bumper. Come have a cup of coffee with us and let us help you with your car needs. Located at 400 Parker Avenue in Brooklyn. The Southeast Bulloch segment of our show is brought to you in part thanks to Bulloch Solutions. Visit them at bulloch.solutions to find out how they can connect you to the highest speeds for all your technology needs. The Southeast Bulloch Yellow Jackets coming off a bye week. Hopefully they were able to get some people healthy. They still have a mathematical chance to make it to the playoffs, but they have two big games ahead. Burke County in a couple of weeks, and then this Friday at home at Fred Shaver Field, they will be hosting Wayne County. We had a chance to talk with head coach Jared Zito and some of the players about the matchup.
Well, I think they get number one. They well coached, big offensive line, especially the left side of the offensive line, center, left guard, left tackle, big players, physical. Running back, linebacker, number 8, I think is their best player. Really good football player on both sides of the football. Certainly a key for us on defense. He's a guy that we got to slow down if we want a chance to beat those guys. Defensively, a lot of team speed. I think they're fast on defense in the perimeter and in the secondary. Those guys seem to really run well and do a good job of tackling. Well, number one, we got to slow 8 down. I don't know if we can shut him down completely. I think he's a good back. He's big, physical, can run, does a good job of knowing when to bounce it, when to cut it back. So we got to slow him down. He can't big play us, and we can't let him wear on us. In terms of defensively. On defense, our offensive side of the football. We got to score points, and I think part of that is trying to. On offense, I think we need to. Obviously we've got to score points. They do a good job, in the secondary of playing some things. But I think us staying on the field at number 8 plays on both sides of the football, and so if we're able to stay on the field, that could help us a little bit in terms of his overall how many plays he's going to play on both sides, and continue to just eliminate our own mistakes. Usually the games we've won, we didn't turn the ball over or didn't turn it over very much. We didn't have a lot of big plays against us on defense or special teams. I think that kind of is going to always be our formula. And if we can do that, and again playing in a home crowd, our kids may pretty excited, big region game. I know Wayne will bring a big crowd, so we're excited about that too.
We're still feeling confident. We got 2 more games to go. As long as we play our hearts out and continue to play that we've been playing, we should be able to beat these 2 teams right here coming up. We've been pushing the tempo a little more on offense. On defense, we've been staying to the same thing. We feel like it's working consecutive because we have been getting a lot of 3-and-outs. So improving-wise, I feel like we got to have more seniors step up as a leader. And everybody got to bring their A game in the first quarter, then bring it in the second because we have been slacking on that. And that's really it.
We're feeling good. We got a good practice in over this fall break, and I think we're feeling good. We're feeling ready to go. This week is going to be a big week. We're going to try to rewrite the script and try to make a name for ourselves once again. Offensively, I feel like we need to clean some things up. I think our penalties on offense have hurt us quite a lot. Defensively, I think making tackles, wrapping up, but that's all things that we've talked about over film review and everything that we've been trying to correct since the beginning of the season. So hopefully we do a better job this upcoming game.
The Bulloch Academy segment is brought to you in part thanks to Floors Outlet of Statesboro, located on Northside Drive. Come by and visit Mo for all your floor covering needs. Fall is here and we've got you covered at RJ Pope's. Cheer on your favorite team with performance polos and jackets from Peter Millar and Gentile, as well as Southern Tide and AFCO. For ladies, they have the latest trends and fashions, including men's and women's jackets from Patagonia and Barber. RJ Pope's has a wide variety of on-cloud shoes for men and women, and a great selection of hats and caps. Shop one of their 3 locations, RJ Pope's downtown, Buckhead Plaza, and Vidalia. The Bulloch Academy Gators coming off a tough loss this past Friday at home to Frederica, a game in which they had 4 turnovers. Head coach Aaron Phillips hoping the team can rebound as they hit the road for St. Andrews in Savannah this week. We had a chance to talk with him and a few players about how things are going.
They're going to be very well coached. Kevin Present that's down there is coming from Benedictine. They run some of the similar stuff, shotgun wing tee stuff. They got 6 kids that are, they won the state championship in basketball last year. They've all decided to come out and play football, and they are phenomenal athletes. They're long, lanky, and they can really, really run. Maybe, as a whole, one of the fastest teams we've seen this year, which to us, you talk about matchups in high school football is a terrible matchup for us. So we really have to be fundamentally sound defensively and fit real good. To keep them from being able to bust long ones, and offensively, I like our chances offensively. I think we can score a lot of points. I think we can, get after them. We just can't overcome any mistakes, and that's what we're having right now. Is we're these close games that we're in. You can go back and wouldas, couldas, and shouldas, but it's a lot of times it's one little mistake out of 140 plays that if you could change that one mistake, the outcome of the game is completely different. We need something good to go our way. I felt like if the Augusta Christian game would have went our way, we had 5 turnovers and had 2 costly penalties that cost us points and gave them points. Augusta Prep, same thing. We had 2 penalties right there, inside the red zone to go up 2 touchdowns. Briarwood, the long kickoff return, you take that back or you catch the ball in the end zone right there. It's one thing here or there, and you're sitting here going into Thomas Jefferson and region play, 6-0, 6-1, and it makes your guys feel confident, feel like they can play with anybody. It kind of, high school kids especially, they really need something good to happen to them. And we just hadn't had that break where something good has happened to us, where we were on the winning side of one of those close games. We've been on the losing side, and it's hard. And the kids, it's hard on us coaches as well. We're working our tails off. I love my coaching staff. We got a good group of guys, and we get after it every day. And eventually, we know that in the future, and maybe even this year, the things we're doing, the right things, are going to pay off. It's just, as a coach, you're impatient. You want it to happen right now. So St. Andrews is a challenge. I think we're a challenge for them. We're a matchup nightmare for them, too, on the offensive side of the ball. And they're, from a defensive standpoint, they're a matchup nightmare for us on that side of the ball, So it could be who has the ball last. I don't know. But we're going to get after it. We got a good game plan, and we're excited about the opportunity, and we're ready to go down to Savannah and get after it.
I think we're a little down, but hopefully we can get after this week and have a good game Friday. They're pretty athletic. They have a little running back who's really fast. We just got to be able to contain him and keep him from scoring a bunch.
Team's feeling pretty down, but I think we need to get hyped up for the next couple of games and give it our best and try to win out. A bunch of people need to heal up, get rid of all the bumps and bruises, and need to practice as hard as we can. They're going to be pretty tough and athletic, but if we give it all we got, I think we can get it. We can get them.
And a reminder that the Bulloch Academy Gators in action coming up Friday night, as they'll be hosting McIntosh County Academy at 7:30 at the Portal Athletic Complex. That'll wrap things up for now. We thank you for joining us. Hope to see you again next week.